And we are live. Greetings and salutations, Focus Up family. Welcome to the February 10, 2024 installment of the Focus Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms, or catch it up with us on replay. And we ask that you click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focus Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy, nice as in the word Saint spelled backwards, and my co-hosts are, as usual, the lovely First Lady Jane. We got Brother Walk. We got the infamous El Pooh. Well, first of all, I should say Walk, star of Sex Talk with Walk on Thursdays at 9 p.m. And then we got the infamous El Pooh, star of Spin That Back on 10:30 a.m. on Saturday mornings.
What's that background he got going on back there, man? Come on, man.
Nerves.
And we got the boss, Mr. Floyd X. What's going on with your First Lady?
I'm in happy mommy mode this morning as I share with you guys. I just want to give a shout out to my son for bringing BSU to Hawaii Pacific University. He is the vice president of the new first time Black Student Union on his campus. So I'm in a good mood this morning.
Ooh, salute with that.
All right.
Salute with that. I guess this is the Sun's Doing Big Things show. You know what's going on with you, Walk? I know you got something going on too.
Chilling, man, relaxing, just enjoying this beautiful day. Ready to get this show cracking. Yes, ready.
Hey, didn't you want to speak on my nephew, man?
Right.
Oh yeah, nephew got my son. He released his new album. It's out. It's called For the Money. Yeah, that's my son right there.
Man, what's his name? AMG Arco?
MG Arco.
Okay.
Straight gas. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then the team he working with, then they got
Fifth
a soundtrack
Level.
and a
Yeah,
movie.
and that's a movie they did. It's actually on YouTube right now. The movie is called Antelope. My son is in there. He got a little cameo in there in a few spots. That's one of the producers and the rapper who's the star of the movie. They did that all on their own. It's low budget, but it's tight. It's a cool little flick right there.
And one thing to point out that they representing the Antelope Valley. That's what it is. They out there in the Antelope Valley. Hopefully they bring some life to that place, because I don't know of no hip hop that came out of the Antelope Valley. Do you?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I don't know which particular valley, but a lot of them cats came out of the valley. I know the J-Ro came out of some type of valley. But what's going on with you, El Pooh?
Man, I'm just blessed and happy to be here once again. Oh, yeah, go Niners.
And what you got to say about that boss man, Floyd X?
Hey, man, I'm just over here hoping for a miracle that somehow the Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Oh, man. So, all right, let's get on. Let's get to the get. What we got up in the news, First Lady?
First up in the news, we have rapper Killer Mike. Rapper Killer Mike was released by police after being arrested for a misdemeanor battery at the Grammy Awards on Sunday. He was seen in handcuffs being escorted by LAPD officers out of Crypto Arena on Sunday evening after winning 3 Grammys during the pre-televised portion of the ceremony.
Yeah, I thought we was just going to lead off talking about the fact that this brother got 3 Grammys. He's 48 years old? So, you're never too old, still got it. It's old school, bringing it down. So he's George Foreman knocking out whatever that dude's name was. So, that's what's up.
I'm glad I was when the First Lady was reading in the news. I was like, damn, I didn't upload no pictures of him being arrested. But now I'm kind of glad I didn't. Let's focus on and celebrate that he won.
Exactly.
I get that, because I was like, I didn't get no pictures. But the album, let's talk about the album, Michael. I thought it was a great album. I think he was a great rapper. When I heard this album before all this Grammy stuff, I said to me, he is an older version of Kendrick Lamar. That's my opinion on it. He got some killer rhymes and killer beats. I was surprised that so many people never heard of Killer Mike.
You got something to say about that, Brother Walt?
Speaking of Kendrick Lamar won 17 Grammys. Now, but salute to Killer Mike, old as hell. He put out this album. I really have not listened to his music that much, but I mean, he doing his thing, So I guess it's never too late. Let me come out of retirement. Where my pen at? I'm about to write some rhymes.
And also real quick, I just want to say for the record, this is not his first time winning. He won with Outkast with that song. I think it was called "The Whole Wide World" or something. And he killed that line. That's where I first heard of him. He killed that too. And his character flaw, I don't remember the rhyme, but it was tight.
Yeah, I definitely need to check that brother out. What was you about to say, Pooh?
Oh, I was getting ready to say, yeah, the whole world loves it when you make that sound. Yeah, that was a good song. But he did win for Best Rap Album, Best Rap Song, and Best Rap Performance. He was up for all three. These was all the three categories he was up for, and he won all of them. So salute to that man right there.
And I don't want to harp on him all long, but I got one more thing I want to say about him. He did a radio show interview after the awards, and he was talking about how him and T.I. and Jeezy, they was at the same hotel. He said, I woke up that morning, walked out he named some fancy car he hopped in, and he said, I'm already living the Grammy life. So he said, when I got there, I was expecting to at least get one. And then he said, when they called him up for the first time, he was walking away. They said, don't go nowhere just yet. And he said, they got all three like back to back. So, he felt real good about it. He talking about when he going to get his next one. He looking towards the next one.
Salute to that brother.
Yep.
What we got up next, First Lady?
Next up, we have Heart Awareness Month. February is American Heart Month, a time when all people can focus on their cardiovascular health. Taking time to care for your heart can be challenging as you go about your daily life, but it's easier than you think to show your heart the love it deserves each day. Small acts of self-care like walking, getting quality sleep, and cooking healthy meals help your heart. According to the CDC, heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States, causing 1 in 4 deaths each year. Several health conditions, your lifestyle and your age and family history can increase risk for heart disease. About half of all Americans, 47%, have at least one of 3 key factors for heart disease: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and smoking. Obesity can lead to high blood pressure and diabetes as well as heart disease. Healthy living involves understanding your risks, making health choices, and taking steps to reduce your chances of getting heart diseases, including coronary artery disease, the most common type. By taking preventive measures, you can lower your risk of developing heart disease that could lead to a heart attack. You can also improve your overall and well-being health. I also want to share with you as well about Viagra too, because a lot of people thought that Viagra was just for women. I mean, for men, or it only treats.
It is for women.
Of course, he would say that for erectile dysfunction, but it also treats a heart condition called pulmonary hypertension. And so they were treating women for it. Men can be treated for it as well. And that's another reason why if you guys know anything about taking Viagra, they're always asking about the heart of the man before they give them Viagra, and because it treats multiple things. And pulmonary hypertension is one of them. So I would like to say to all of you guys and all of our viewers out there, please get your visit exams, get your heart checked, especially us Black people, Latinos. For us, our risks are much higher for contracting diabetes, hypertension, all of that. Most of them go hand in hand with each other. So if you haven't gone for your physical, go. Make sure if you're of age over 45, get your EKGs done, get your heart checked, get your blood pressure checked regularly, and change your diets if you're eating bad, which most of us are.
I want to
Waltie's
say
about
something about the Viagra.
We're not
I
saying nothing else about Viagra. That's all that caught
no,
your
wait,
attention.
wait, hold on.
That's all that got your attention.
I was actually in
Go
pharmacy
ahead.
tech school last year, and I actually did a whole report on Viagra. I googled and researched. It was invented like 40 years ago in Germany. But anyway, but they accidentally found out that it works for the ED because when they was doing a placebo test and everything, people was like, "Well, your blood pressure is normal." And he was like, "Hey," and also got it in with the wife last night too. So they started seeing the other effect of the Viagra that was going. So just putting that out there.
I'm so glad you learned something. I'm proud of you on a serious note that you really did pay attention and you got that tech
You see
certificate. I
that
see.
right there? You say, I'll be
Congratulations.
learning.
I'm glad he didn't make Viagra comical like he did when I was speaking.
Sex Talk with Walter Thursdays at 9 p.m. Go ahead, Floyd.
One more thing on the Viagra. If you go and do the tour in Miami and you go out on a boat, they show you the biggest yacht out there on the ocean, on the water, and that belongs to the maker of Viagra. He's like the richest man in Miami. The doctor who made, I think they call him Dr. Viagra. I'm serious. He's the richest man in Miami.
You got something to say about that, El Poo?
Yeah. Take care of your heart and get the Viagra to take care of your heart. I mean, you know.
That's too much in my ears.
See, First Lady. So what else we got in the news?
Ooh, we got some heat in the news. Shannon Sharp, Shay, did it again. On February 7th, the Football Hall of Famers sat down with comedian and actor Monique for a nearly 3-hour-long episode of his Club Shay podcast. And just like when he infamously hosted Cat Williams in January, clips from the interview began going viral online even before the episode finished streaming on YouTube. In fact, Monique references Williams' interview early and often throughout, going so far as to joke that the two of them are non-biological fraternal twins because of their shared need to tell the truth.
Yeah, and I think they're actually going to go on tour. So that's something that was just announced. But yeah, but this was another situation where, you know, there was a taking names and kicking butt. So she put a lot of people on blast. A lot of these people she had already put on blast. She talked about Tyler Perry, apologized on the down low, but then when she was bringing it up, he kept like running from it. Now, I will say that, you know, she says that he told her, he said that she was difficult to work with. And I would argue that, you know, a person who is confrontational as she is, she's probably kind of making an argument that she is difficult to work with, but it's not that she's wrong for standing up for herself. So, you know, a lot of these people in Hollywood probably do just sort of like bow down and make less problems. I would ask a person who's a boss lady, like First Lady, you know, would you rather deal with an employee who just takes your instructions and goes on, or someone who sort of challenges you on every maneuver?
I would rather deal with somebody that's challenging, especially if they feel like, you know, because we're not always right. Although we're bosses, we're not always right. What I will say about Monique, she was a prime example of if you either stand for something or fall for anything. And that was my take on her. And she just standing her grounds. And I'm not mad at her because I'm the same way. I go toe to toe with my bosses. I've been with them 25 years. And, you know, any day I could be fired. But if I'm not feeling something that they said, I speak up on it.
That's right.
I let my bosses burn their thing down. You give me instruction, I'm gonna follow that instruction. And when it blows up in your face, I'm gonna be like, hey, that was yours. But you got something to say about this, Brother Walt?
I do put her in the same category with Cat Williams. Like, just because you sit there with a straight face and sound sincere, don't necessarily mean you telling the truth. There was a lot of things that Cat Williams said that got debunked. There's a lot of things that's getting debunked with Monique. Now, I understand that she had personal gripes with a lot of people, but you can't dish it out if you can't take it, because she done been real mean and cruel to a lot of people. She said some real foul stuff about D.L. Hughley when his daughter went through that situation. It's a lot of stuff that's bad on her side that she did and she represented during that interview. But I'm just taking it for what it was. I don't know the personal details, but I'm not going to just sit up here and just make it like everything she said was facts. But I do salute the sister for standing up and standing up to Netflix and certain companies that did F her over.
Yep, I hear that. You got something to say about this, boss man?
Hey man, I take on it. I really like Monique. I'm always ready to listen when she's talking because she's being truthful, in my opinion, in the sense of as far as justice for women. When she was putting up that fight against the that movie when they wanted her to work for free, and she said she don't work for free, and going back and forth with them with the producers and things like that, I support it because we looking up so many years later. We got Taraji P. Henson making the same complaint that Monique was talking about years ago. So they gotta put up a stronger fight, in my opinion, to get some equal rights because we know Hollywood ain't shit. Everybody know it, but everybody that's all them young people run into it, trying to be a part of it. But somebody got to fight for those young people to get justice, or we build our own, like Tyler Perry. It looks like he's trying to do by building that studio.
And I got to push back a little bit on that. When you're talking about publishing, or I said producing, or promoting, when you're talking about advertising a thing and selling your thing, you have a vested interest in this. There's a reason why Black movies only reach a certain audience versus maybe some of these other movies reach a different audience. I know that the dude that plays Spawn, Walk is great with these names. I'm going to say it's Michael J. White. Is that that's his name?
Guy.
Yeah, he was talking about that. A lot of stuff that he does is very international because it's fighting action. This stuff is received, globally. But once you have sort of like a Black comedy, this is not something necessarily translate to the next nation. So there's a difference why some of this white stuff, has its effect or has its audience as opposed to some Black stuff. So when it comes to promoting your stuff, you do have to have some type of merit to you. You should be doing that work. You can't undersell it. There's an important thing about going on these talk shows and putting things out there. So I mean, I kind of have to push back on him. She's saying that should be in her contract, that she should work that out as far as she should be getting paid in advance. Hey, I get you. Get paid for whatever you can get paid for, but you gotta be a partner in promoting your product. Go ahead.
She did the promotion. According to her, she did her part. And for the whole movie, as big as it was, she only got paid $50,000. I mean, I know, and she understands that's what she agreed to. That's done. We did the movie. I promoted it here in the U.S. Y'all not about to send me overseas and just put me up in hotel rooms and have me working that block for free. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you should have some vested interest. You should have some kickback. It's definitely if it's dead, it's dead. But you got something to say about this, El Poo?
Yeah, it's a shame that we got Black people going on these platforms and tearing down other Black people. And Shannon Sharp, just be careful with your platform because it's becoming like a tabloid at this point. So if this is the only way you can get these viral moments by getting people to come up here and tear down other people, it might not last too long. So just be careful with that.
Damn, I couldn't get the horn up quick enough. That was a good one. Yeah, hey, brother. Salute to that one. That's the truth. He's kind of becoming sort of like Wendy Williams, so we got to be careful.
Not really. Y'all doing too much. It's been two knuckleheads went on there and spoke some stuff. Those was the two most viral moments. But
yeah, and it was big.
He got a lot of shows, and D.L. Hughley did respond to Monique because she makes a lot of. He said, just hear the whole joke. He said, I never seen somebody work out so much and gain more weight. So the only crunches she might be doing got a captain in front of
it. Because he's a comedian, that's okay. I don't, but that's.
I'm just repeating what he said.
I understand what you're saying. But it's like Chappelle said, it was a kind of a tearing down type of situation. And with her, she's still doing it, I feel, from a loving place. She's still offering a path for reconciliation. So, I do salute her for, going out and stand up for herself and speaking. And, things should be better. But she should understand that she's got a different audience than Melissa, whatever her name is, whatever that white lady that she was talking
Melissa
about.
McCarthy.
Yeah, you understand that there's a different audience. This product is going to generate more money than this other product, so you're not going to get paid the same for that type of situation. But
I'd like to add one more thing in there. I was glad that she addressed the question that so many of us had about why people didn't listen to her, but they're listening to Taraji. And she made a very good point that it was the messenger, her appearance, not only just her being a big woman and supposedly fat, ugly, all that, whatever you want to say. That it was the messenger. That's why people wasn't listening. She also was name dropping people. And I'm glad that she really addressed that question. The other thing that I wanted to say about her that I loved about the show, that she stood up for her man. She acknowledges her mistakes, that a lot of Black women do, that they feel like they want to be the queen and rule and feel like they're the breadwinner. She was woman enough to go in there and say how her man humbled her. And that was a prime example when they say people can't change people. If you want to change, you can change. And she allowed her man to make her mature, even though people threw him under the bus for standing by her side. So I just wanted to salute her for that.
Let's move on from this topic. This topic is weighing kind of heavy. It's weighing kind of heavy.
Get off like that, man. Don't do her like that.
Wow. But hey, I just want to say that the views of the interview was at 8.5 million. Dang. That's a large number for views. And then also with the first lady talking about her man, it's kind of cringy that she calls him daddy, but I do appreciate the way that she respects her man and that she honors her man and the protection and all that stuff. And I think it's a great thing to see that relationship, and it should be celebrated and respected. And she makes sure he's involved in aspects of her business, so it is very respectable and a good model to model after. Because truth be told, she did make a good point when she spoke about Tiffany Haddish and said maybe if you had a husband, you wouldn't be getting in them DUIs and things of that nature, putting yourself out there. I know it's kind of a reach, but it is a good point that when you do have somebody there with you and that they can help keep you away from the BS, because I know my wife kept me away from a lot of BS just because I know I'm not going to go out there and embarrass her, because I'm going to stop right there.
Me and my wife divorced, and then I got 2 DUIs. So she is on the something. See, I'm keeping it all the way up. That's all.
All right.
I'm so lonely. I need a bro.
That's one thing about this. I mean, you said she might be doing it from a kind, loving place, but you can use kind words and still be cruel. And one more thing about that daddy thing: there is power in manipulating people. Get it, pimp?
Ouch.
Wow.
Come on, let's move on.
Wow.
Okay, well, I'm going to move on. Next in the news, I have Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce slammed the claims that he invented the fade haircut. It's absolutely ridiculous, Kelce said during Super Bowl opening night at Allegiant Stadium on Tuesday, referring to a viral article that said people were asking for the Travis Kelce haircut in barbershops across the country. Who got something to say on that one?
Well, he should just ask for the Bobby Brown. I mean, it's the same damn haircut.
If white people were asking for, because no Black people were going into the barbershop saying, "How want Travis Kelce do?" So if that was the first time the white people saw it on them and they were asking for it, whatever. But that's old news for us. We've been doing that. So that's all I got to say about that. What you got to say about that, Brother Walt?
He also, I think, invented dreadlocks too. If he invented the fade. Now look, it's just he's popular now and it's trending. White dudes is going in the barbershops. Give me the Travis Kelce, just like the Boosie cut, which is an old cut from the damn 70s and the 60s. You know what I'm saying? When brothers was, had the little tapered up right there, the little flat top. That's from the 60s. It's the Boosie cut now. So I even went into the barbershop with my son, give him the Boosie cut. You know what I mean? So it's just going on right now. But he getting raked over the coals in them locker rooms. them brothers in there is probably clowning the head. You didn't invent no damn fade. And he like, I know, I didn't say that. You're damn lie. So
hey, let me put a picture of his fade up there. That's the Travis Kelce fade. Okay, that's what we talking about. He said he invented it right after he invented rap.
Ouch.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I went and got my hair cut yesterday, and I asked my barber to give me the Travis Kelce. He looked at me crazy. Hey, another thing is, remember back in the 80s, actress named Bo Derek, she had her hair braided and cornrows to the back.
Oh boy, yeah.
They thought she invented that.
Yeah.
Black women went crazy. Like, man, we've been doing this for centuries. What's wrong with y'all? For centuries. Not centuries, but what? Millenniums, basically.
Word. So let's get on to the next topic.
Real quick. Next, we're gonna have black women talk about they invented the blonde straight hair, the way our sisters wearing those today.
On to the next.
Hey, Charles X is bringing up some great points.
Brother Charles X, our brother Charles X. What up? Military fade been around forever on white dudes. True.
That's true.
Okay, so lastly,
I used to be the Klan look back in the day. Like you see them white boys in Alabama with them crew cuts. That was a crew cut.
Now the Klan cut was them just being completely covered, but still, go ahead. What you got to say about that first lady? What's next? What's the last topic?
Lastly in the news, you all's favorite friend, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
I was waiting for it, Pooh. I was waiting for it.
A federal appeals court on Tuesday rejected former President Donald J. Trump's claim that he was immune from prosecution on charges of plotting to subvert the results of the 2020 election, ruling that he must go to trial on a criminal indictment accusing him of seeking to overturn his loss to President Biden. You all can have the floor with Mr. Dump Trump.
So this is the Federal Court of Appeals made this decision, and this is going to end up in front of the Supreme Court that he kind of has stacked, but we'll see where this is going to go. But they may just the Supreme Court doesn't have to take this; they can just punt it and say, look, you just go out there and beat the case. If that's the case, if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. That's a defeat, but he's also basically has the Supreme Court victory pending as far as this Colorado being on the vote situation. By virtue of the questions, you can see where the Supreme Court is leading, and it's not just the people, it's not just his people, it's the others too. So he's got some L's, but yesterday he got a bunch of wins. So I'm gonna say that because I see Charles X is listening. He's always gonna call out that stuff. So what are you about to say, Brother Walt?
He losing in court, but he gonna win in November. Don't get it twisted. Bye, Sleepy Joe.
Hey, not to go off track, but did y'all see Biden trying to defend his memory and stuff? Oh my goodness, that was sad to look at, man. And I'm just like,
it was like Nicki Minaj. Sometimes you just gotta do what you do and just leave it at that. And his extra activity only aggravated it. So he'll have to deal with what he has to deal with. So hey, I'm gonna tell it. I was arguing this, debating this with my father the other night. Whoever America elects to win is who America deserves to have being the president. It's not my concern. You got something that you about to say about this, El Pooh?
Not really. I'm just thinking everything that he's saying right now, that he's talking about, all this precedent that he's setting. If he does lose, it'll come back to haunt him. Number one, but I don't know. Joe Biden ain't no better because he don't know where the hell he is. Trump don't know where the hell he is. He don't know where he's going. I hope he doesn't win. I wish somebody else was running besides Biden, because damn, with 4 more years of Biden, he might as well just do like 2 and just let somebody else or Kamala or whoever take on over, because this man don't know what the hell is going on. But he's still
who's Kamala? Who are you talking about?
Kamala. I mean Kamala, or whatever her name is.
No, he's talking about the fact that no one you don't hear. You haven't heard pretty much nothing about her for 4 years, other than
I don't even know how to say her name because I haven't heard from her.
She ain't doing nothing.
since Biden numbers are real low with black people, it's about time they put Kamala out there to start being black again. Hey guys, I'm sipping on the Henny. I twerk sometimes too. Yeah, it's about time for her to come out and be black right now because they need every bit of help they can get.
Give Kamala a double cup and just let her get out there. That's all you need.
Hey man, all they got to do is just lean on the facts, lean on the policy, lean on the stuff that you promote versus what the other side promote. And the bottom line is the people are going to vote for their policy. So, the people are passionate about Trump. The people that are supporting Biden are not passionate about Biden. But again, this is about policy. So, if you're okay with them Supreme Court tacking down some staple rules, sort of like, Roe v. Wade or whatever, if that's okay with you, then you just sit there and be silent. But if you have a problem with some of these things, if you have a problem with Black history being actually taught in schools, if you have a problem with, having the ability to vote or having people divide your voting thing strategically that basically play into white people having a louder voice, do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of rational, logical people who support Trump too. So let's not deduce it to just foolery.
Let me just say one thing. I'd rather have Biden for one reason, because he's not on TV all day, every day playing victim. And that's what we're going to get if we get Trump in office for 4 more years.
Mm-hmm. It's like in sports
we
when they say that,
I'm streaming live on.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm streaming live on Facebook. We got it. Huh? Y'all can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Well, I'm streaming live on Facebook. We got a comment from brother, our good friend, Mr. Tony Boyd. Trump is going to be president. You heard it here first. The VP has never outshined the president. Hold on. Let me block him real quick. No, that's it. I'm there.
I know they tried to
put. Let's get to this show, man.
Real quick. They tried to put Michelle Obama out there to see how people feel about her running for president, because they say the Obamas are still popular and she's the only one that's qualified to run.
You said they. Who's the they?
The powers that be, the ones that select who our next president is going to be.
Yeah, the Democrats have dug into. They're like, they say that whenever you have a incumbent, that the statistics are it'll never work if you switch it out. So they're dug into that. They're not the ones that are singing that. I mean, I know that a lot of people wishing that she was the person, but I know that the Republicans are really pushing that. They're saying that, they don't think that Biden's actually going to be the person, and that they're going to try to go get Governor Newsom or try to talk Michelle Obama. And she shot this down pretty much every time. But I mean, it's too late to do this. This is November that's coming up. So if they were, if that was the plan, they should have been had that in the works. They're going to sink or swim, and maybe very well sink with Joe Biden.
2028, Michelle Obama, after Trump does his other 4 years. Come on, let's move on. It's one more thing. Toby Keith, Red Solo Cup, passed away at 62 years old. That should have been with First Lady J, y'all, with the heart help. Toby Keith, he from Oklahoma. Good singer, good white boy. I remember listening to him when I was in the Navy with this white girl when I used to cross over to that other side. Let's talk a walk every Thursday, 9 p.m. R.P. Toby Keith.
Hold on to commercial breaks, please.
So commercials. Let's go to commercials.
They will.
For all of your delivery needs, La Brea Trucking, all cross country.
That's right. That's gobealive.org. Go get you some of that black honey. And Valentine's Day is coming up, so there's some extra special uses for it this 14th. I know you shaking your head, Mrs. Rose Slam.
Yeah, if you have no plans for Super Bowl tomorrow, go out to the Score Bar and Lounge out here in Sacramento, and they got the Super Bowl game. They're gonna have a DJ there starting at 12 noon, I believe, or 11 o'clock. Go out tomorrow, 12 o'clock, food and drink specials, pregame Super Bowl party. Right there off of Franklin.
Going up. And I want to say this too. You got y'all, the beats you guys are hearing on the Focus Up show are all our in-house producer, Mr. Floyd X and Mr. El Poo. They gone somewhere. I don't know where he went. But yes, so if you want to be a producer on the show, forget about it. Sucker.
That was funky.
Man,
a new commercial.
Where my pen at? I'm my old ass. I'm back rapping, doing the hipping and happening. No, I'm sorry.
So that's Saturday, first Saturday at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms. Yep. And then after that, he always cut it off before the main man, El Poo, gets up there. But again, that's a Spin That Back at 10:30 a.m. That's going to be after the show today, and we're going to be talking about The Source. We're going to be talking about everything about The Source. We're going to be talking about the 5 mics. We're going to be talking about what else? What are we going to, El Poo, let me get out of the way. What are we going to
5 mics, unsigned hype. And we also going to talk about the hip-hop quotables. So we're just going to talk about the history of the Source and, the big influence the Source had over hip-hop in the 90s. It was called the Bible of hip-hop. Am I right? Yep. That's where it is.
That's right.
So was this inspired because the great music from Benzino? Was he inspired? John, we got to talk about the Source.
Thank you, El Poo.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. That's when we start talking about the downfall of the Source. We're going to talk about Benzino and his tactics.
All right. So
let's focus on Focus Up topics now.
All right. So now, first up, we're going to talk about this Michigan school shooter. Mother gets 12 years.
All right. Who got information on that?
So I'll talk about it. He didn't give you anything about that, right, First Lady?
No, but I could dive in. Go ahead. No, you got it. You got it.
Okay.
Let's go, people.
Okay.
So
this lady, okay, her name is Jennifer Crumbly. And we normally don't show people that, get convicted about on the bad side, but this is a little bit different because it's actually her kid that did this. Her kid went up and killed, was it like 4 people? But suffice it to say, however many people here that the child killed, the child got access to a gun that the child shouldn't have got access to and ended up killing some people. So now she got 12 years. And she's not even the primary, blame. I mean, she was trying to shift a lot of it to the husband. So his case is pending. So he's going to be going to trial in March. But I mean, this is setting a big example as far as you see that your kid cutting up or you see that your kid is dangerous. This kid, it's your responsibility to make sure that this kid has no weapon. So we can't never have a situation where your parent is telling a kid, I hope you don't go shoot up the school. That was ridiculous when that happened. So again, I think this is going to have a large impact on, putting the burden on parents to do their job. So I salute it.
I think this is the first case where parent has got convicted for them as far as a mass shooting, where the parent got a conviction for what their child did. And I think this is unprecedented, and it needs to happen more. It should have started in Columbine. That should have been the first. With both of them parents need to be locked up for. Two sets of parents should have been locked up for what their two kids did, like for real. So I salute the court for finally getting it right on this one.
That's what's up. You got something to say about this, boss man, Mr. Floyd X?
Hey, I know we looking at it. Hopefully, it will be a deterrent, and for parents to be more vigilant when they know that their children are facing issues. Because I remember in this case that the parents went out and bought him a gun to make him feel better because he was a depressed or down child. I don't know who buys their child a gun to make them feel better. And then during the time when they had him, when they were sending text messages between their son, and the mother even wrote in the text, "Don't go shooting up the school with your new gun." Come on, that was stupid and irresponsible. So her getting 12 years is well deserved, and I hope she have to sit down for all 12 of those years. I think the maximum she could have got was 15 years of 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. So I hope that she does the 12 years and don't get out on good behavior. And then, Caucasian people, they get 2 or 3 years off for being white also. So hopefully she doesn't get all those perks and benefits.
You got something to say about this, First Lady?
Yeah. Not only did the family purchase the gun, but the mother took the son to the shooting range days before the shooting so he can learn how to utilize that gun. So she definitely deserved to be sentenced, and I hope the father gets sentenced as well. And I'm glad that justice is finally being served, because if it was one of us, Lord knows.
Word.
El Pooh, what you got to say about this, brother?
Okay, I got to say this. Bad fruit bears bad seed.
Mm-hmm.
Lock them all up. Take that little demon child, put them in jail. Don't let them reproduce. Just cut it all out there. And let me give y'all, everybody that framed it and said everything that didn't happen. Now, let me give y'all some advice from the last of the old school parents. When my kids was coming up, I gave them one rule. You get out here, as long as I'm responsible for you, you get out here and act the fool in these streets, I might have to bear the brunt of that, So what's going to happen is I'm going to kick your ass so you won't be out here acting a fool. So none of us have to go to jail. All right. So we good. So that's what you should do.
Yeah. So Pops is going to catch homeboy on the yard. We'll see how this plays out for catching the stuff. But hey, that's your responsibility. You need to be on top of your weapons. You need to be on top of the mentality of the person that you allow these weapons to. And again, the person has to be of the right mind for you to even go there. But for the most part, they just don't need the access. They definitely don't need their own weapons that only them, have control of. In this situation, I think it's a little different. He actually got access. You said he bought him? I thought he got access to the father's weapon.
No, it was a brand new gun that they purchased, a 9mm. They purchased a 9mm. And days before the shooting, the boy and the mom went to the shooting range.
Okay, so they didn't purchase for him. They just bought it, and then he got it. Because it seemed like she was saying that the father was supposed to have this locked up. So that's what made me think that this was a situation where it wasn't like Rittenhouse, where they actually went and bought this kid a gun and then, dropped him off in California for him to go kill some people.
It really doesn't matter because he had too much access to that gun in the first place.
And for her to send that text, "Don't go shooting up something," that tells you right then and there, you knew something was not right with your son. And basically, you probably gave him a brighter idea. "Oh, yeah, why not, Mom? Thanks for the idea. I'm going to do the opposite of what you said."
Yeah.
What she was saying, don't go shoot up. She's suggesting don't shoot up the school because she wants to come back and shoot her ass.
And I'm sure that hurt. Hey, you were muted, Walt.
I know I'm over here doing all kind of yeah. I just laughed. I didn't want to be too obnoxious.
Yeah, because she actually did say that she wishes that that the parents got shot. But again, that might have been just a function of her trying to lessen what her sentence is going to be. But I'm not going to doubt a human being's remorse. I'm sure that she feels terrible about everything that happened. But again, feeling terrible ain't enough. Yeah,
I believe she had a conflict with that son. Something that happened. Her and the son, or maybe both of them and the son had gotten to something. Some type of confrontation had happened before this incident for her to send that text. He was upset about something.
Yeah. So
she knew it.
Are we done with this? You want to flip on to the next topic?
Go on to the next topic.
I don't know about this topic.
Which one?
This is the women filibuster.
Yeah, why don't you dive right on into that?
Okay.
Topic?
First of all, disclaimer. I'm not saying that I'm complaining about this. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. What I was saying is that based on conversations that I've had with other men, and I was asking the Focus Up family, I was saying, do you think that it's a particularly female thing to want to rehash your entire whole day and talk about how your day went at work, as opposed to men? Because men tend to kind of get in and get out. But my personal experience is that women go into detail over almost every little thing that happened through the course of the day, and some of the stuff is negative. Some of the stuff is sort of like dwelling in a negative space, and I always feel like it's probably not very healthy to give that type of stuff so much energy. It's one thing to say like, hey, I'd like some insight about this, or this I'm just getting this off my chest, and that's fine. But there's something to be said about rehearsing negativity and stuff that made you angry and staying angry. Sometimes you just got to kind of let stuff go. So the real question was, is this a female thing? Is this a natural thing? Or do men really do this? And I haven't come across too many men said that they've actually done this. How do you feel about this, First Lady J?
How I feel about it, if women want to be filibusters, allow them to be. To you guys, you in your mind, you think it's nagging, a form of nagging, but it's not. Sometimes women need to vent to people other than their friends, so they come home to vent to their man, and sometimes their mate can change that bad, bitter day into a brighter day, and sometimes they can also open our eyes to mistakes that we have made. What did we do to cause whatever was going on to make it a bad day, and can call us out on our flaws that we may not have seen. And so sometimes the man also can be uplifting to us. I feel like what better place to vent and have a conversation with your man to let them know how your day went. And, if you come home feeling a certain type of way, because sometimes we may still carry that chip on our shoulder and walk in the door with an attitude, and they can help adjust that attitude. And I feel vice versa. Men should be filibusters as well. Come home, because our responsibilities are to uplift each other. And like I said, I think you guys look at us, oh, here she go. I don't want to hear this stuff. Just go in there, fix my dinner, make my plate, and da-da-da-da. No, we can cook and vent at the same time. You just want to sit there and flip your remote control. No, allow us that space, because I'm going to allow my man that same space. I want to know his day. Share every little detail. And if you're down, it's up to me to turn that frown into a smile.
Walk, what you got to say about this?
I agree with what Lady J said.
What? Can I get a horn for that? Wait, he agreed with me? Wait, what's in that red cup again?
Wait, you see how happy she got? See, that's all you gotta say. I don't think I with it.
I just had to. He always get me. SF, what you have to say? Because you like over in another world, we know you got something.
Yeah, you just gotta do a lot of, oh, for real? Uh-huh. Yeah, that happened too. Well, for real. Then what you do? Oh, what? Next thing you know, you're sleeping. I mean, hey, come on now. The best way to learn a woman is to listen to her. So it's really important to listen to a woman when she's speaking.
Hey, you miss one, El Pool. You gotta say, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, that too. You gotta do all that. You gotta do all the ad libs, appropriate times. I was just giving examples.
Okay, I was about to come after you, Miss X, because I know you had disappeared from the screen when that topic.
I had to go make sure my wife wasn't watching before I spoke. I just playing, but I agree with the first lady that they should be able to vent and get it out and talk. And I do it all the time. I sit and listen, and I've heard men, and I told Mr. Nice Guy that this was the only thing I disagreed with Kevin Samuels, because he said men know stuff talking about talking about their day. This point, I think we both should take it to our mates and spouses and things of that nature. Let them get it out. Like, you want to talk to somebody your age, especially you got an at-home wife. Sometimes I know for my wife, she was like, she want to talk to an adult, and speak an adult and talk, because she's with children for the most part. So, sometimes you need to be that voice. And man, we do the same thing. We go and talk our piece and tell them about our day, whether we're in the shop or the office or something like that.
So I want to repeat, I wasn't complaining. I'm just saying that, I was observing a behavior as far as what men tend to do as opposed to what women tend to do. So, again, I support listening and hearing and all that stuff. Maybe some time constraints would be good, but yeah, that's cool. So anyways,
I do. We do it too. It's just we do it so quickly. We just say what's going on for about a minute, and then we leave it alone. It is what it is. We sum it up really quick. It was acting a goddamn fool today at work. They said this, and I said that. There it is.
My baby mama got at me about that before, because it was one time, like, she was telling me something. I'm like, you done told me that like about 4 or 5 times. Then she said, you be telling the same stories too. But I was like, my stories are a little bit more interesting though. Don't get it twisted.
So that sounds like we ready for a pivot of topic here.
Yeah.
Why not?
So this will actually tie into, if you don't listen to
it. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say this will tie into it. If you don't listen properly, this may impact how this day works out for you. So go ahead and put it up there. Should women go big for their man on Valentine's Day? I've seen a lot of Facebook texts that always say that men will go out and buy and do all this lavish stuff for their women, and that women feel that all they need to do for Valentine's Day is just give their man some. And a lot of dudes complain about that stuff. So I'm curious to hear other people's take, because Valentine's Day is not a day that I feel like I need a whole bunch of stuff. In fact, just giving me some would probably be pretty good. But still, what you got to say about this, Brother Walt?
Oh man, I do got a story for this one. For Valentine's Day, where I got played like a sucker. And that's where I swore off of Valentine's Day. I brung, because I had to work earlier that day, and I brung flowers and balloons, but something told me, don't bring it to the door. And I'm glad I did. I go to the door, I ring the doorbell, but it was, it's one of these raggedy ass apartments. I pushed the doorbell. You had to push it real hard so it could ding, but then the door pushed open. And I don't just walk in the house. I'm like, hey, she was on a double date with her friend and 2 niggas. Niggas were walking out the rooms with 40 ounces. I was like, I'm glad I wasn't at the door with the flowers and the roses and all that. Boy, Valentine's Day. No more. No mas. No. Hell
no. Boss man, what's your take about that? Should women go big for their man on Valentine's Day? Is that something you require, appreciate?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I don't too much do nothing on Valentine's. I think the most I just go out to eat with my wife. That's about it. I mean, I don't expect nothing. And sometimes I do get a card, but, I'm not big on it. And I wanted to do a history of Valentine's, but I didn't do my due diligence. So maybe next year y'all get a breakdown of the dark side of Valentine's. So.
Yeah. But I know, but some women don't do stuff. I remember one year I bought my daughter a Valentine, did flowers and candy, and the wife was looking at me like, you ain't get me nothing? I'm like, what did you get me? Nothing. Like, come on. We came to the agreement.
Whoa, man. So you went out the way to get the kids something, not get that almost like emphasized the fact that you did get something.
That's my little girl. That's my daughter. Now keep in mind, me and mom was separated. I could tell the business she ain't watching the damn show. We were separated, but we was trying to get back together. But I was like, yo, let me do something for my daughter. I did some more romantic, cool, fly shit for look, and then she looking like, you not like that, but
you was trying to get back together, but you didn't.
we was when I say we was working on it, we was working on it. That's why I say should women go big for the men? She ain't go big for me. Yeah. What about me? I want to be loved
too. El Pooh, what do you feel about this? You are muted, brother.
Probably that's not so bad.
My bad. I'm finna give y'all a history breakdown of Valentine's Day. This is exactly how it goes for everybody. When you're young in elementary school, you get those little candy hearts and you pass them out to the little girls that you like, and they get a few little hearts. They try to figure out who gave them the hearts. And then the ones that they didn't like, they throw them back at the dude. You know what I'm saying? And then you go into like your, junior high school, and, your young adult years, you start, getting little things for girls and everything. Women don't never give you nothing. So that's just how it is. And then women expect something for Valentine's Day every year, and then you die.
Ouch. So that being said, how do you feel? Do you think that women should go big for men on Valentine's? Is this something that you would like or something care for you even think about?
No, I don't. Yeah. I don't expect nothing for no damn Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
It's the dumbest damn day on the calendar. I mean, it's like it's just
so
reason to spend some money. Ooh. If you care about somebody, you're gonna do this type of stuff anyway, just out the blue. Why you gotta take a special day to do this? And then they prepare for it. Man, it's a money grab. It's I mean, if you dating somebody, it might be a cool little gimmick. That's what that is. It's like I said, it's for young lovers, people just trying to date somebody, something like that. But if you married or been with somebody for years and years, I mean, especially a man, if you do something for your woman, that's cool. But a man don't expect nothing from his woman for damn Valentine's Day. Who got something? What's she gonna give you?
So I
remember my pops. He said, like, because we used to mess with pops. Would be like, you get mom something. Rest in peace to moms, But this one was kid. You get mom something for Valentine's Day. Pops used to say, I don't like to start bad habits.
Ouch. Ouch.
That's fast.
So I wanted to get all the guys' perspective on this before I came back to you, First Lady. So what's your position on this?
My position on this, if you celebrate Valentine's Day, yes, women should go big for their men on Valentine's Day. Why? Because we're always expecting something big from them, not just on Valentine's Day, but any something type big of holiday. From them. You can please.
I'm sorry.
When I use the word we, I'm speaking in general. I'm not going to the perverted side where his one track mind is. This is not sex talk with Walt. I do think that women should go big for their men on Valentine's Day. Most of the time, kind of like what El Pooh said, men are given to us all year long if you have a good man, and vice versa. For birthdays, Mother's Day, etc. We tend to get treated the best during those holidays. I have no problem whatsoever going big for the man that I'm with for Valentine's Day. If we're celebrating, I am that type. Instead of him putting the rose petals down leading to the bedroom or bathroom or whatever, I'm that one. I will do it. I will set up the rose petals, have the bed with a heart shape, everything. I will treat him. I want to be treated. I do not like to go out to dinner for Valentine's Day. I will say that I like to cook. I like to put that spread out there for them. I feel like if I know that my man is into Jordans, I'm going to use that for example. Valentine's Day, if that's what I'm getting, that's what he's going to get. I can care less about getting a big gift. And I say that because I have the type of person that I'm constantly going on dates. We're not waiting for special moments. He's going to take me on a date every time. We're going to go out to eat here and there. So our Valentine's Day is all year long. He's doing this stuff for me. It's okay for me to do something for him, even though I'm going to do something big more than one day. But I think women need to step their game up, especially those women that are always saying, I want to be treated equal. I want to be treated the same. Okay, well, you show your equality as well. If you have to give to get, you know. Treat people the way you want to be treated. I'm going big for mine. The rest of you women, you can sit back and claim what you want to claim, but I'm don't treat my man right.
All right. Cool.
Well, I will say this. Even though it seems like the guys on the panel don't seem to care too much about that type of thing or expect something or whatever, we probably would still. Well, I'm saying that we probably would still appreciate something like that. So I mean, if someone does, so you know, it's not something that wouldn't be unappreciated. It's just not something that's expected or anticipated or something that you really dwell on and think about. You're not going to be feeling bad about it.
I guarantee you'll be shocked if you're not used to it, and you're going to enjoy every bit of it. And it's going to be a moment that you remember, like Walk sharing his little story about the double date. It's going to be a story that you will be able to
Double
share
date?
later on.
Ouch.
Came in on a double date.
He's the third wheel.
He's the fifth wheel. And I couldn't even whoop nobody ass because it was two of them niggas.
Oh, damn.
Spare tire.
Yeah, that was jacked
If
up.
you celebrate women, step your game up. Step it up. Do anything other than get down on one knee and propose to the man, okay? Anything but that.
See, now you have the origin story of Juan's villain background. So there you go. So, anyways, this seems like a pretty good time to wrap it up. I don't know if you want to try to squeeze in that help for the homeless thing. You want to try to do that, or you want to let it go?
That's how we feel about the homeless.
Ouch.
Oh, really? I'm gonna be